could not believe I'd walk in that door and feel the weight of the world on my back and not want to be there after having wanted to do that since I was 6 years of age. So you never want to be that guy. So when you're faced with that moment, what's going wrong here? And a big part of that, I thought, was a lack of communication, and beyond that, just a lack of fun, and really the inability to read the situation properly, according to what I thought. Again, we're talking about a variety of different moments from last year. It's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. And the one thing I think a lot of folks fail to realize is that both teams are professional. So sometimes your team gets beat because the other team's good too, or something happens badly to you because the other guys are good also. And how do you react to those moments is what sets you apart. And again, talking what Boz just talked about with Arolas, how well he did after something bad happened, that's spectacular. So all this stuff that you're seeing, the leadership component, it's pretty much, I think it boils down to how I would like to be treated. You know, at the end of the day, this is how I would like to be handled or treated. One of the best coaches I ever had was Coach Bob Root, backfield coach at Lafayette College in 1972-3. Coach Root was the best communicator I've ever had. And if Coach Root was satisfied with something that I had done, I felt like I really did something well. And if I made a mistake, he was really good at explaining my mistake to me. When you get angry, I think, you know, a part of the previous generation, even from me, which I respect with all my heart, but I mean, Mr. Lombardi, I think, was misinterpreted. I mean, there's always this thing that you have to get angry if something goes awry, and I could not disagree with that anymore. You don't have to get angry, you gotta fix it. And most of the time, the fix is based on communication, not anger. And I'd much prefer gaining respect through communication as opposed to intimidation any day of the week. So those, if I had to give you like the core essence of where I come from, that's probably it. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Hey, by the way, you might have came up with a new T-shirt for us. Fun Ball.
That's great. Got a trademark on that.
I will negotiate afterwards. Stick around.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
My name is Nicholas. I'm from Morris, Illinois, and my question is, how do you pick the lineup that you do?
You don't like it?
I do.
Okay. I thought we were buddies. That's cool, man. The lineup on a, you know, obviously there's a lot of guys that are going to be in the lineup on a daily basis. It's about the platoon situations that you probably agonize or think about more. If you're talking about specifically the first hitter, the second hitter, the third hitter, etc., a lot of that on the top part of the batting order, you want to have guys in that position that get on base often, and that they can set it up for the guys beyond that. Beyond that, you just want to have like your best hitters, obviously, hitting more often during the course of a game. But within the nuance of the lineup, you may have noticed I like having left, right. I prefer not stacking lefties or righties together to make the other team's manager have an easier time with their bullpen, as an example. So like this year we're talking about, I've already mentioned I like Kyle Schwarber leading off. And he's not your prototypical, it's like having Hinsky lead off. Although he could have done it. This guy had a great eye at the plate. He accepted his walks. He worked good at bats. He dead low ball hitter. He wanted to throw him like my chest high fastball. He couldn't touch it, I promise. But it's, I mean, the old days when you had to have like a little guy hitting second that likes to bunt or hit and run. And again, that's, I mean, and listen, my dad's no longer with us, and my dad was the best, but you can't rely on your dad's perspective of how to set up a lineup. Things have changed a little bit. So I like guys that can hit, I like guys that can get on base, I like the balance of left, right. And then you base your platoons. And last point, Nicholas, you're pretty smart, right? You look pretty smart from here. Okay, I want you to pay attention this year about right-handed hitters that hit better against right-handed pitchers and some lefties that hit better against their left-handed pitchers, and why you would include these reverse split guys in the lineup. Come back here next year after the next World Series victory, and we'll talk about it again.
I'm Ryan from Green Bay. Go Bears.
Bears. Go Bears, go Bears. Anyways, a couple questions, but one for Joe, one for Chris. Joe, first, you mentioned the lineup. I just want to know, I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it, but how nice is it to come in and have those guys to put that lineup together? I mean, it's got to make your job fun and easier. And Chris, you've been here for quite a while, and you've been through some pretty, let's say, not so good teams, not so good defense. How much has having guys like Baez, Russell, Hayward changed the strategy and how your strategy for pitching, knowing that you can hit the ball, they can hit the ball, and those guys will catch it now? How much has that really changed your philosophy and the strategy?
A lot. Yeah, it's very noticeable. You know, when Borzy and I came here together with Dale, and Theo said, you know, look, we know what we're giving you, but the one thing we're going to do is we're going to try to prepare, and we're going to battle. But you know, through some of those years, our front office has done a phenomenal job of making some trades, and our job was to try to get what we had better, to get in position to make those trades. So all the guys that you're talking about, free agents, farm system, or trades, and our defense, it's only going to get better. I mean, we just showed a little glimpse last couple years of what we really are and how good we really can be. And that's the exciting thing about having young players, is you really don't know what you have, but these guys are so talented and so motivated. You know, I got asked a question last night, has it set in? Has it sunk in yet? You guys are the World Series champs. And my thinking, my thought process right now is just get ready for spring training this upcoming season. What's done is done, we're proud, but I think this group, this organization, and obviously you guys, the fans, we're so hungry for more, and I don't think we're going to be satisfied until we get it.
Yeah.
First of all, I love the Zubas, brother. They gotta bring the Zubas back. I gotta pray. You're awesome. You wear them really well. And it's fun writing those names. Absolutely, it's fun writing. It's fun writing those names down every day. And the thing I hope you all realize and understand, and I'm sure you do, and Boz just alluded to that, we're really young. And last year everybody talked about us being the best team in baseball, which, you know, you could always appreciate, and we ended up being that. However, a lot of inexperienced guys on that team last year, a lot of inexperience, and whether CJ is getting outs and Mike Montgomery in his 7th game of a World Series, Hobby's making the most incredible plays you've ever seen. Addison, the continued growth during the season. Your young third baseman becomes the MVP of the league. These guys are young, man. They're young, and beyond that, they're inexperienced. So what happened last year, that's what really stands out to me. The fact that we did as well as we did with that group. And I'm here to tell you, and I haven't even mentioned it yet, but looking to my right here, you know, many times, you know, a lot of times the manager might get criticized, but a lot of times we get way too much credit. My job is primarily to intellectualize the day, I believe. So I spend a lot of times thinking about the day, what needs to be done, but the guys to my right really are the mechanics that put things together. And this is the finest Major League coaching staff in all of baseball. When you see those young players do as well as they do, I promise you the prep comes from right down this table.
Good questions. Thank you.